Hey, today I'm going to talk about my favorite designs, innovations, and ideas for the Fall 2026 collection. I'm Ardith Singh, the co-founder and chief design officer of Bandit Running. So for Fall 2026, the approach was a bit more disciplined and austere. As I'm putting myself in the runner's shoes, thinking about heading into the fall marathon season, we're in our 18-mile long runs on Saturdays. We're like really getting down to it. So I was thinking about that when I was approaching color and concept and really just making sure there's this idea of like discipline and something a bit more like regimented. As always, before we get into the details, I'm going to walk you through the inspiration for the collection and some of the artists that inspired it. So Mies van der Rohe was an architect, really integral in Bauhaus design, a really critical movement that really inspires me as a designer. He designed a building in New York called the Seagram Building. It actually reminded me of this Elias swipe here. When I saw it, it automatically made that connection for me. So thinking about fabrics in our line that can kind of like echo less is more, very organized, but then like through the Bandit lens, so using geomesh and using this sort of like play with sheer opaque. And then Agnes Martin was an artist that did absolutely like beautiful line work and really explored calm and clarity through repetition. What does that look like at mile 20 or mile 26 at the marathon? You're almost to the end. It would start to distort, it would start to undulate, it would start to wave. So I love using artists to inspire in a unique way performance running product. The first innovation I want to speak to is the wind shear jacket. This is a new style for us and we're bringing it to both men and women. So this fabric is amazing. It's super lightweight, it's slightly sheer. On the women's style, you have cool grid here underneath the arm and at the back. And on the men's, you have the ventilation all across this back. What's amazing about this jacket is it comes with a built-in vest. We wanted to make sure it felt really versatile, so the jacket actually snaps to the vest. So when you're wearing it, you can take it off, and then you can actually either leave it snapped or unsnap it and stuff it in this back pocket. So the whole idea is, again, to be able on your run to sort of like shift as your body temperature changes, as the weather changes. I also really love the outfitting versatility here. Again, jacket on its own, vest on its own, jacket with the vest underneath, or even layering the pop color vest on top. Lots of options here. I cannot wait to see how everybody styles it. The next innovation I want to walk through is the Breeze Block jacket. So we have both a women's iteration and a men's iteration. They're both fully reversible, which is something I'm absolutely obsessed with. On the women's style, it's a full zip jacket, a little bit cropped. It has this exaggerated raglan sleeve. The printed side is where you're gonna have your windproof fabric. It's water resistant, perfect for the transitional fall season. If you think about wanting to wear it, you know, as a black jacket, something more solid, a little quieter, you just flip it inside out and you've got a black jacket. On the men's side, it's a quarter zip. So you have this quarter zip detail, you have your zipper pockets, and you have this little bungee hem. The women's side has a rib trim hem that sort of connects to the body, again, like keeping wind out. This is a bungee, so when you need the ventilation, you can keep it open, and then when you want to really block the wind, you bungee it closed. Next, I want to talk about Terra Stretch. We first introduced this fabric in spring in our director's jacket, and we absolutely became obsessed. So we explored what it could look like in other bodies and adding a wash to it. First, on the men's side, it's a quarter zip piece with this beautiful yoke seam detailing. On the women's side, we have this amazing sort of popover style. She's a bit cropped, she has like a dropped shoulder. And then I love this neckline detail here. It's two zippers at the raglan. And then on the back, because this style is a little bit of a shorter proportion, we were really able to build in some pockets. It wasn't gonna hit where it could be annoying. So having pockets at the back is something that we really loved to incorporate here. And there's little snaps, so nothing will fall out. Next, we're bringing back the Hitaisho asymmetric zip pullover. It's a super lightweight Japanese fabric that's able to be free cut. And then we've bonded these very lightweight but warming pieces here. And I love how on the lighter color, you can really see that construction. It almost gives you the shape of like your lungs. There's something really beautiful about reflecting the body of the runner into the product. Something we are constantly hearing from our female community is the need for more layering tops. So when we're thinking about the collection, we're wanting to introduce unique tops that have like different end uses than say like the micro mesh or different aesthetics. So we wanted to take geo mesh and see what that could feel like as a long sleeve. What I love about geo mesh, how it relates to the concept this season, is it's this like very organized mesh. So it really is like a callback to the Seagram building that I mentioned earlier. And then the back detail is my favorite. You have this stunning cutout. This makes it perfect to layer over our racerback bras. Particularly, I love this like T-back shape shooting through this beautiful curve. I wanna highlight layering and give people the tools to play with the outfit as they see fit and really create a blank canvas for their own personal style. On the face, it looks very lifestyle, which again, I love. I love incorporating something that looks a bit lifestyle into your technical performance wardrobe. But this fabric is a part of the Polartec Power Dry series. It's an amazing performance fabric that really aids in thermoregulation. Even though on the face it looks like a waffle, it's actually sheer. So you have these sort of breathable holes punched out. And then second, the yarn is a bi-component yarn. So what that means is it's two different sizes of poly yarns. One is larger, it's on the exterior of the fabric. So what that does is it disperses moisture quicker on a broader part of the fabric. And the smaller yarn that's closer to the body pulls sweat quicker off of your skin. I actually love using this on its own, and then underneath it could be a cotton tee or under something like micro mesh. Again, we sort of borrowed from the lifestyle world, so it's a bit more abbreviated and it's a little boxier, so it has a lot of attitude. And I love this as like a fresh take on something that could be performance but looks lifestyle. This season, we have a ton of newness in women's tops, so I'm gonna go through each style one by one. So we have this new bra shape. It's sort of like a V neckline, but we've inserted this geo mesh at center front. So it's a panel that has a little bit of sheerness, so there's a tiny peekaboo moment, and it just creates a really beautiful neckline. Next, we brought back our scoop neck bra with silicone support. A few differences here than last summer. Instead of stamina, in black, we're doing stamina V. And in the color, this year we're doing Vanisher. So again, combating against sweat stains. So we have gotten some feedback, particularly from our female running community, about different size gels. This style in particular, we're trying two larger back pockets. You can stuff gels in here. You can fit more than one in each pocket, which is amazing. Inside the crop, we've actually added grip dots. We've added them at the bottom of the pocket, so similar to our 5-inch compression where we have grip dots at the hem to prevent the fabric from shifting. So really excited to get the community's feedback about how this is helping the crop to not move around when it's loaded with gels. This next race crop was really born from a style that we fell in love with in spring. That square neck bra with that rounded corner was so stunning. We knew we wanted to iterate that into a race crop. So we have a lot more coverage in the back that we typically have in a race crop, but we've used geo mesh again, like that common thread throughout the entire line. At the side panels, we've actually opted to put gel pockets along the entire backside. So instead of the 4 gel pockets at the back, we now have 6 gel pockets. So I think that's the most gel pockets we've ever put on a garment. So really excited about this. And of course, you'll have your internal center back fold pocket. Next, we have our Adapto 2-way zip race crop. So we first introed this in spring 26, and we're excited to bring her back in fresh prints and some color blocking. This next race crop is gonna seem very familiar. It was a part of our very first launch at Bandit, and I'm excited to give her a little bit more love. First thing we did was these are both in Vanisher. The second thing that we wanted to do was incorporate more storage here. So of course you have your side pockets, you have your center back foam pocket, but we wanted to add that 4 gel pocket system at center back, which we have now. We're bringing back the women's singlet. This singlet is cut in Cool Grid, which is an amazing fabric. Not only is it a textural stretch woven that looks beautiful in solids and print, but it's made with a cooling yarn so it can really keep that body temperature down. We also have 2 new styles, both a tank and a baby tee in Vituccia. This is the same rib as Vituccio, so it sounds familiar because it is, but it was definitely time for us to bring this onto the women's side. What I love about this is, from a styling perspective, it's quite lifestyle, and then the 2x2 rib looks like a standard cotton span 2x2 rib, but because of the yarn we've used, it is actually performance. In fact, when our team was in Paris for Fashion Week, we were wearing this when it reached 111 degrees, and it was kind of crazy how you could really feel how it was working and keeping you dry in those super hot days. So really excited to see this outfitted against things that read more classically performance, and then you add this sort of lifestyle leaning look with it. I love that tension. First, let's talk about the Shredder Shorty singlet. We're bringing him back from summer and we're obsessed with it. This fabric is so versatile. It looks amazing in solids. We have it in solid black coming through in the full length, but it also adds such a dynamic layer to print. In terms of full-length singlets, we have two options this season. One is a racing singlet in Spectre, so we're bringing Spectre back from earlier this year, but cutting it in the body that we did for summer, which includes this amazing flow pack detail for further breathability. This is fully constructed with Acrofuse, so you get those nice, clean, flat seams, so very slick, perfect for racing. In Cool Grid, we have our distance singlet. So this is the same body that we ran in summer, but we added another layer of performance here by printing graphene on the back side of the fabric. So graphene against your body aids in thermoregulation, so you can really keep your body temperature down as you're heating up through the race or training. Frio Soft is back for fall in some beautiful new colors, both sort of soft neutrals and then some more disruptive, brighter colors. I love how this wash technique really sort of has a different attitude depending on the color that you dye it. You have a ton of variation happening at the back that comes and wraps forward to the side. The real difference here is there's no top stitching like summer, so a much cleaner look for fall. We've iterated on a style that we really pioneered in the performance running space on the men's side. So this fitted t-shirt length racing top equipped with all of the pocketing systems that we've given women in the past. This season, we've actually decided to pull Adapto, a fabric that women have gotten since spring 26 and really loved, and pull it on the men's side. And so we've pieced that with geomesh here. You still have your same reflective HTL hits, you still have your same two-way zip, and of course, you've got your pocketing at the back for gels and at the side for phones. We've never really given women this type of product. So we took the idea of our women's zip front race crop that we launched in spring 26 and made it a t-shirt style. So it's got this little cap sleeve, which I think is adorable. The two-way zip at center front, which is really great, not only from a functionality perspective, but also styling. Like, I love doing a little unzip moment. And then you have your pocketing in the back here and a foam pocket internally. We wanted to explore a little bit of an updated splitty. A few things we definitely wanted to keep the same. We've got that cool core brief with all of the storage built in, but that outer short is an updated fabric we're calling Rip Speed. We're really excited about it because while being really durable because of the ripstop construction, it's ultra lightweight and breathable. It dries quickly, it wicks sweat beautifully. It's got a bit of a faster feel. It's not as synthetic and slick as Vento is, but it definitely has like a faster, racier look. And then in terms of the split detail, I like to keep the split detail quite angular. That feels very us. I think sometimes when you make it too curvy, it starts to feel of another era that doesn't necessarily feel like Bandit. But wanted to explore other ways we could bring in softness to this short. So we added an HTL detail borrowing the curves of the current. So you'll see that here. And I love the way that the sharp cutaway marries with the curve and sort of the tension that it brings. And that HTL is reflective. So you'll see it's the silver reflective on the black. And then we have more tonal reflective colors on the other colorways of the short. For fall 2026 compression, we have all of the favorites back across men's and women's. On the men's side, we have So Light, we have Gridlock coming back, and we have Strape Cadence. The stripe cadence and gridlock will both have that internal brief, laser cut edges and grip dots. They'll also have that updated pocketing system that started earlier in the year, which is the back foam pocket is more of a drop-in pocket versus a zipper, and it has the t-shirt loop. On the women's side, we'll have both vanisher and stripe cadence, and we have 5-inch inseam in mid-rise and in high-rise. So there's a few things to talk about on the pant side for fall. We're bringing back our run pant. I'm really excited to have this back again in black and then a cocoa color. The upper part of the pant fits like a traditional run pant, but from the knee down, it's quite fitted, so it's almost like a tight. So that way you can really rip around the track and not worry about catching any sort of extra fabric at the hem. A brand new pant we have this season, it's actually a unisex style. It is the Terra Stitch side zip pant. So I'm wearing it, it's my new favorite pant. It's in that same Terra Stretch fabric that we have in the men's and women's pullover. We treated the pant the same way we treated the pullovers, with this beautiful dynamic garment dye wash. I love how, because of the wash, each piece feels really, really unique. And then this last detail, my favorite part of this, is when you have the side fully zipped, it's really sort of a straight leg pant, but you can unzip the pant fully and it creates a wider leg style. From a sizing perspective, because this is unisex, I would say our male community should take the regular size, and then generally women will size one size down. So there's definitely a lot to talk about in terms of cotton for fall 26. First, starting with our standard t-shirt shape, but this time we've got this gorgeous chroma wash in cotton jersey. And then we have a brand new shape. It's a more abbreviated, sort of longer short sleeve t-shirt, and it's cut in this really juicy, beefy cotton jersey. That silhouette is coming in this white style with this tiny hit of embroidery at the bottom, and then this beautiful marbled multicolor take on the current on the back. Then we've got this sick sort of marbled progression graphic here, again with chroma wash, so you get all of this high-low texture, and the beautiful like spine stitching at the hem and the neckline and the sleeve. Again, it just is like another detail, another element that feels really considered, and I love having that on cotton jerseys, something that could feel quite simple, but when you sort of like dig into the details, it feels really unique and very us. We've never really done a full zip hoodie in the line before, and we knew it was definitely time to try that. When this sample came in, it was definitely the one that everyone was trying to steal off the rack, so you know we have something good when everyone in the office wants to take it home. This is a really like quietly branded style. You've got this dyed to match embroidery here, and then you have these really intentional pop color tacking details, again, pulling that oxide red through in these tiny details here. On the accessory side for fall, we have hats, headbands, socks, and arm sleeves. We have run hats and a dad hat. All of the sleeves have our gel pocket, our grip dots at the top, and the watch window, and we have that both in striped cadence and in solid adapto. On the sock side, we have light run. So we have 2 printed light run socks, both in the signature prints for delivery 1 and delivery 2. And then we have these sort of chevron textural striped socks. And then as far as headbands go, we have our headband coming back. It's an improved version from last collection. And it's also included this knitted gripper that's at each edge. And so by incorporating this, it really helps the headband to stay in place when you're moving. Those were our favorite innovations and evolutions for this season. I'll be at every major fall marathon. I cannot wait to see the community in this product and hear what you think. Thanks for watching.